Hello everybody, and welcome to Warriors Wednesdays. And this handsome little devil right here is none other than Cao Cao, a very important character in the Dynasty Warriors story, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. He is the leader of Wei, and in this game he has quite an interesting playstyle. I don't know if I'm going to be going with this bonus costume. Let's go ahead and pick our costume. Okay, let's see. Officer, here we are. Change outfit. So I could go with some regular. I could go with this Dynasty Warrior 7 costume. I got this one, which I quite like for him because he's the leader. And he's not a very nice guy, honestly. Dynasty Warriors 1 costume, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it's the bonus one from 7. And a second bonus one from 7. Ooh, that's nice. Be the king. Tell you what, I'm gonna stick with my original because I'm really feeling this this dictator look right now. But anyway, speaking of dictators, Cao Cao's preferred weapon is the general's sword, and in this game you can technically equip any weapon to any officer. They'll gain additional like damage and also certain abilities with ones that he is very good with. But since his weapon that has he has a couple moves that no one else can do is the general sword, I'm just gonna stick with having both of his weapons be general sword. Just do, yeah, one is earth element and one will be heaven element. Affinity is, oh, wait, they're both heaven. Hold on, let me do that again. Okay, man, there we go. They'll still have the same move set and moves and stuff. Okay, we're in ambition mode, and I thought it might be a great way to just very quickly test him out for battle. Ambition mode in this one is a really interesting kind of post-game style. I imagine most of my audience comes from Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule Warriors. So to just briefly tell you, these battles are usually even shorter than like adventure mode battles in that. But the thing is, you want to do like a marathon of short battles, and you can exit between battles if you just can't like handle anymore, because you don't like normally get healing anyway. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at his moveset a little bit. I kind of jumped right into the action because I've been practicing with him a little bit to try to get to know. Because when I first got him, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. So anyway, let's just stick with his standard string. And Cao Cao is very much a duelist when it comes to his standard string. He's super focused. He doesn't move around all that much. Easy to control and easy to pivot when you're moving him. So I quite like that. Next we have his heavy one, so C1. Let's go ahead and see what that is. Dang. So kind of, for other characters, it would just do that. But if I look at Cao Cao's officer info, I can see at the bottom of his little readout there, EX attack. So XX is going to allow him to do a move that only he can do with this weapon, which is like these ice arrows. I have no idea why Cao Cao can control ice, but it seems to be the thing that they've chosen for for the Cao family, because his son Cao Pi can also do that. Oh, and just be clear, his name is Cao Cao, not Cao Cao, although it's hilarious every time I hear it pronounced like that now. I just thought it was a funny name when I was younger, but yeah. Anyway, so he's got those ice arrows, and Cao Cao also has something else that he can do. If you look on the right side where it says compatibility, you'll see that dash is 1 star, dive is 1 star, shadow sprint is 4 stars, and that's an important thing that Cao Cao can do. After any heavy combo, and that includes like C1, if you do a weak attack, he'll dash forward and do that little attack. I'll show that off again. Yeah, again, like that. So it allows him to very quickly move from doing a combo to striking again. And it works extremely well for Cao Cao's moveset. For example, when I do these arrows, you know, it freezes the enemies in place, and then I have to wait for him to stop before I can start attacking again. And sometimes they'll thaw out before that time. But if I freeze them and then, what is it, Shadow Sprint? Is that what it's called again? Yeah, and Shadow Sprint to them, I can get that damage in. So some enemies will take longer to thaw, so while they're thawing, I can begin, again, focus attacking an enemy that I want to take out. Let's go ahead and look at his C2. Alright, so it's a little bit hard to see, and that's what I couldn't tell what was going on at first. Cao Cao, I guess because he's kind of like, was he evil? He was pretty evil. Most of the people who fought in the Three Kingdoms time were probably pretty evil, horrible people, and that includes Liu Bei. But anyway, because he's sort of like the very ambitious one who would do anything, and Cao Cao really did horrible things, to be sure. I guess he has a dark doppelganger or something come out? Like he's controlling darkness spirits or whatever? I like that it has my costume. Yeah, you can see his little hat on there. So yeah, that's his launcher. He seems to plunge his sword not up, but down into the ground, and this little shadow version comes out. And of course, yeah, you can shadow sprint from that as well. So I can catch my enemy in the air. Although that can, if I'm too close to them, it might put me past them. Let's see what a C3 is. Come here, horsey. Oh, and everyone attacks a little bit differently from the horse. Cao Cao does right, left, right, left, right, left. And his heavy combo, he doesn't actually do like a big right, left. He seems to put his hand forward, and it attacks in front of him as well, which makes it actually a really good way to rush into a crowd. Okay, C2. Oh wait, no, C3. Alright, so this is a little bit clearer. You can see his shadow version ahead of him a bit longer. Yeah, there it goes. And again, works excellently with shadow sprint, because I'm going to attack. My guy is already forward attacking, and normally I'd have to wait until I'd have to wait a little bit, but I can immediately get back into the fray and maybe even help do double damage on the thing that my shadow doppelganger is hitting. So that's pretty damn cool. Let's take a look at his... Okay, I'm really bad with the C numbering. Okay, C2. That was C3. Okay, C4. Which is his other EX attack, I believe? Yeah, this one's extendable for him. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I did that wrong. It should be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah, so, let's see. Alright, so it's a little bit... That was his C3. And we'll compare that... Oh, I messed it up again. Compare that to his C4. So much faster going through the enemy. So if you're trying to hit lots of weak enemies fast, then C4 is going to be better. If you're trying to, like, focus down one guy, then C3 is going to be better. But, again, C4 is extendable, so let's see what it can do. Whoa, I don't think I did that right. Let me find another enemy. There we go. So it kind of, it seems like he orders the Shadow Soldier to freeze and then do a bunch of attacks on one person. Oh, and his switch attack also, he drops the General Sword into the ground and his little shadow comes out again. I'm using General Sword for both weapons, so you can't really tell too much. But okay, anyway. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's a good way to pile on damage onto, you know, the target that you definitely want to die. Let's see. Yeah, by the time I can Shadow Sprint out of that one, the Shadow's pretty much gone. So not much I can do about that. Let's see. Alright, next would be his C5. Oh, no, that was C3. Oh, his attacks are so fast, it's hard for me to precisely time it. Oh, there's Pang Tong. Almost finished this battle then. Alright, so it launches the enemies into the air. Yeah, he puts his sword into the ground again. So that was just his C5. We still have his C6 to check out. Oh, goody, I got a new ally that I can use in this mode. Pang Tong. Okay, again, this mode is all about doing consecutive battles, so we don't have to wait. We just go ahead and jump into the next one. Alright, so we got to see his C6. So far, he's a really interesting character. He doesn't have a whole lot of area damage, but that shadow really extends his reach a lot more, which will help him in crowded areas. But, again, doing tons of area damage isn't as important in this game, because I haven't seen anything like... You have to get this many kills to get an S rank. Wow. Look what I found. Anyway, moving on. In this game, you also have 3 kinds of Musou attacks. Oh yeah. Those doors, because, you know, they only matter when they're closed. You can just go right through them. I guess it's better than being annoyingly caught on a door. It just looks really bad. I don't know why they start me out this far away from any action. Oh, I found something. Go ahead and claim that, Cao Cao. Man, he just wants to claim everything. Random empty room. I claim this territory! You fool. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna do my C6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so his shadow guy moves so quickly. I thought it was just a whirlwind. But no, the shadow, not sure exactly how they say it. Phantom double. Anyway, the phantom double moves so fast that I thought it was just a whirlwind at first. Let's see if I can do that again. Yeah. See, he's doing a bunch of spin attacks. So that's a good area clearer if used right. That's another example of how I stunned that guy, but my Shadow Sprint allowed me to get back to attacking him real fast. Okay, let's go ahead and check out my 3 Musou attacks. Musou number 1, just standard. Big ice area attack. It kind of reminds me of Magic Wand Link from Hyrule Warriors, his standard attack, where he stands still and he unlaunches a big blast forward. Let's do the aerial Musou. Oh wait, I don't have enough charge. Let's try that again after I have enough charge, eh? Okay, now I actually have enough. Alright, most unfortunate gatekeeper in the world here. Okay, so a big blast down with ice arrows. It seems to be, like, maybe directly underneath him, because I didn't actually hit that gatekeeper with it. We'll practice that one again when I have a chance. Ah, archers. Alright, might as well try it. No, it kind of hits a little bit in front. It doesn't actually hit that many people, but it's good where, you know, you're getting kicked around. The aerial Musous are really good for you don't have to wait until you're back on the ground to get your footing again. He has one more special Musou, which is done by holding R in the Switch version. It would just be like the normal shoulder button, and then doing Musou. So this one is very focused. So the first one is good for hitting lots of people when you're at an advantage. The second one is for regaining your footing when you're at a disadvantage. And that one's good for piling on damage into like a single target that you really want to die. You know, like a base captain general or whatever. But yeah, it took me a little bit to get used to it, but I've quickly grown to really like Cao Cao. I like very controllable characters. That, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm losing my footing just by trying to do normal attacking. If you watch my guides, I think you might see that characters that are a little bit more wild in the way that they attack, instead of having like a predictable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, if it's kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really like those ones as much. That's my personal preference, but characters like Cao Cao are just really good all-rounders. Once you see and understand what his shadows are doing, he can be very, very easy to use. And I think I'll be using him pretty comfortably for a while now that I understand what he can do. Let's see, is there anything else that I forgot that he can do? Oh, hold on. Allied bonus condition. Defeat an officer with a chain above a certain number. I wonder what that is.
I hereby claim this area as my own.
Come here. Ah, come back. Alright, now we're just gonna have some fun playing this Cao Cao. Oh man. It's still hard to say his name. What? You can walk on that? Oh yeah, you can totally walk on that. Ah, that did a whole lot of nothing. Throw some ice! There you go. That's exactly how I want to use that. Having lots of those small hits also allows me to break weak points better, too. Let's see. Alright, yeah, this pointed one with the pointy tip is my stronger one. Ma Wan. Oh, I didn't actually do my, Muso. I thought I was missing something. Let's go ahead and do that. Right now. It actually doesn't have that much, like, big range or a movement or anything. He only kind of takes one step forward. Some of them can be rather wild and a bit hard to control, but really not his. Okay, let's head west here.
I hereby claim this area as my own.
Hiya! Yeah, I love that Shadow Sprint. It's so easy to transition into the next combo you want to do. I don't feel like I'm left waiting, or in Hyrule Warriors terms, you would need to dodge out. So dodge cancel in order to get your most DPS in. This is like a built-in dodge cancel without having to do dodge, because these games are very much not about like the dodgy playstyles. It's more about proper placement of your, planting your feet and fighting where you want to fight, instead of, just using your dodge to get through every situation safely, which is what I like about this one. Very much proto later Warriors games. I mean, at the time of recording, basically the newest original Warriors game, if you don't count Dynasty Warriors 9, and I think most people would request that I don't. There's always this one or two people. But yeah, the newest Warriors game is going to be Fire Emblem Warriors, actually, which took a lot after Hyrule Wars, which took a lot. Let's see. So Pyro Warriors came out in 2015. Hyrule Warriors actually came out in 2014. Fire Emblem Warriors came out in, was it 2017 or 2018? 2017, I believe, actually. So yeah, that's the newest one we had. And then we had 2018 Dynasty Warriors 9, which messed everything up. So you'll see a lot of the ideas in this one if you play it in those later titles too. And of course, we've yet to see what Persona 5. Hold on, let me see if I can get this name right. Persona 5 Scramble the Phantom Strikers. And I have seen everyone calling it Persona 5 Strikers so much, like it's Mario Strikers or something. I think I've had to watch myself and make sure I haven't done that myself. Yeah. Do I need to kill this guy? Nah, let's just go right to the base. Yeah. Let's do a horse muso. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. Wow. Love that feeling. Hey, Feng-Ji. Oh yeah, that was my switch attack. In this game, when enemies are switching their weapon, you can switch back and get like a special hit against them. There's actually some benefit to doing that. Let's see if I can hit him with this. Nah, he blocked me. That stinks. Try it again? Oh, wow. That did a lot of damage. Well, anyway. There we have Cao Cao the Ambitious. Normally I'd like to end these like this, where I think he'd be on a tier list. Nothing concrete, but that's just sort of where I would put him. I can't really say yet, because I'm not as experienced with all of the movesets in Dynasty Warriors. I played Dynasty Warriors 3 a lot back in the day, and then I didn't really play the rest all too much until jumping into this one. So I get the feeling that Cao Cao is not like top tier or A tier, maybe B, maybe C even, but I haven't seen any that are like so far beyond him. I've definitely done other playstyles in this game that are, I felt, top him, but none that are just like way beyond his league. So I'm gonna say prospective B, but that's coming from a position of not full information. So yeah, check out Cao Cao. He's a lot of fun. And check out this game if you haven't. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Definitive Edition is the Switch port, which is available digitally. I'd highly recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun with it right now. And yeah, thank you for watching another Warriors Wednesdays. Let me know in the comments below, like, what character or what series you'd like to see me jump into next. Keep in mind that I plan to jump around a bit, and, I might eventually do, like, consecutive weeks of the same game, But there's plenty of Warriors games out there, and yeah, I want to get more people on here. So let me know what you want to see. All right, take care, everyone. See you next time. Subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to ShaneBrained and ShaneBrained Plays as well. I think that's everything I got. Take care, everyone.